Salutations. I hope all is well during these times. To get us started, I'd like to get our brains thinking. How confident are you that you're on the right track? Coming to college and graduating with your current major. Now, maybe you're extremely confident, but maybe you're not, which a good chunk of students are. So this engendered problem really becomes the uncertainty of not knowing what you want to do with your life. And many studies, specifically one done by the Department of Education, back this up, as nearly a third of all college students change their major at least once. So what if I told you that switching majors is nothing to be afraid of, when in fact it's just a healthy process towards developing ourselves? Now, I can't guarantee I can eliminate all stresses associated with being undecided, but hopefully my story inspires you to feel that venturing out beyond your comfort zone can help develop your future goals. So let me take you back to freshman year. It was a new start, much like this one. To be honest, I was scared. I didn't want to embarrass myself by getting involved with other clubs and activities of which I was unfamiliar with, such as marching band, jazz band, and drama club. And this fear really started spreading to my academics. I was afraid to test my limits and to fail miserably. I'm sure I was just over-exaggerating these academic consequences, but nonetheless, I went on to drop advanced literature, an early college history class, and really all these classes that I really could have gotten something out of. I remember going home at the end of each day at 2:45, unlike my friends who had to stay for after-school practice. At first it was fun, going home and having no homework, just all the free time in the world to sit down and play video games. But after a while, it started to get really mundane. I felt like I was living this hermited, almost too comfortable life. And I really started to feel lonelier than usual at lunch, as I saw my friends laughing and having a good time with their activity groups. This turning point really came one day when Ralph Waldo Emerson's Self-Reliance was assigned to us by Mrs. Calkins in my standard English class. I wasn't particularly an English fanatic, but Mrs. Calkins just had a way of making it seem worthwhile. So at 2:45 that day, I went home along with this book in my bag. I plopped down on the couch in the basement where our video game setup was, but instead of reaching for my controller, I took the Self-Reliance book out of my bag. Its cover was beaten up, just like, it was just another standard hand-me-down English book, but I still decided to take a look. So remarkably, I was able to really understand the material in the midst of Emerson's 19th century allusions and metaphors. And the next day, I came to class to find Mrs. Calkins had prepared an analysis of the text for us. While most were confused and bored, I was really thrilled to see my understanding went along with her analysis of the text. Now, contrary to the title, self-reliance does not really mean to do everything yourself or to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. No, really, it's about developing yourself to be the best human being that you can be. So I think some of the biggest takeaways from Emerson's piece is that we can't be these invalids in protected corners, he says, or that failure is success. And what he means is that we can't be afraid to fail, because with each failure, we learn something new about ourselves. And that, my friends, is a success. So I took it as his advice, and I joined just about every club my school had to offer the following year. Drama club, Scholastic Bowl, Spanish club, just to name a few. Drama club was probably the most difficult of the clubs to fare through. There were long nights that conflicted with my usual studying habits, and on many occasions I had to put on layers upon layers of makeup for rehearsal, only to remove them soon after. And I can't say I enjoyed the art of drama, but I'm sure glad I did it to confirm that I wouldn't be going to acting school for my future. Now, more importantly, I applied this to my academics and potential career choices such as engineering. My father, who was a supervisor at Caterpillar, was able to take me around the facility on a tour. And to be honest, I was really thrilled with this problem-solving nature of engineering. So with that, I really had my first goal of engineering that I was aiming for. The biggest breakthrough came when my cousin, a dentist in California, asked me to shadow him at his clinic at the mall. And really still having this mentality, I figured out what do I have to lose? So fascinated is probably an understatement. I just loved how he was able to maintain the social interaction with patients in tandem with working with dexterous elements. And the work was never completely identical. New people every day, each with new stories and backgrounds, different from the last. And I really felt this work to be meaningful, as we were really helping people be confident in their appearance. So needless to say, dentistry has been a goal for me ever since, and I even found a way to follow my passion for engineering by majoring in biomedical engineering. So where I'm going with this story is that it's hard enough to find the ideal job. So the best thing that you can do is be open to everything and really explore in hopes of narrowing that search. It worked for me. So you remember I spoke of the Department of Education's study of a third of college students changing their major? This is okay, because as Emerson stresses, you remember, that failure is success. When you switch majors, all you should be really telling yourself is that, I know this didn't work, but it's okay because I know where else to look, and it's not here. Now, although I'm confident that I'll be in dentistry for a while, I accept the fact that it could change. I could one day decide that dentistry is not for me, but the important thing to do is to know that this time wasn't wasted, but rather utilized to find more about myself. So my friends, the time is now. Go out and explore new clubs, classes, and job opportunities. You don't have much to lose. You have all the necessary tools in your hand, all the loving staff and professors to guide you and help brush you off after each wrong turn. So farewell and good luck on finding what makes you, you. Thank you.